A very good afternoon. Welcome to today's news update at 1. You're with me, Eunice Mutua. 6 days after the National Assembly passed a vote to impeach his deputy, Rigathi Gachagua, President William Ruto hesitated from addressing the matter once more. President Ruto, who was supposed to attend the ACK Diocesan 34th Anniversary Thanksgiving and fundraising event in Embu, which was attended by his deputy, chose to worship at his home church, AIC Milimani.
When the senior pastor told me that there had been sent an invitation for this celebration, I told him I'm going to struggle because it wasn't in my diary. My diary was committed somewhere else. I've had to negotiate with people in other places because I didn't want to miss this celebration. I will not look back in making sure that I oversee the transformation of Kenya. I ask for your support. I ask for your prayer. Implementing some of the transformational changes to change our nation requires prayers, requires commitment. We have registered close to 12.8 million people under the new UHC program because it is our intention to make sure that no Kenyan is left behind on matters health. For the first time, every Kenyan will have a health insurance.
Embattled Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has resorted to God and the judiciary with his impeachment case set for trial in the Senate on Wednesday and Thursday next week. Gachagua, who attended the 34th anniversary Thanksgiving of the ACK Diocese of Embu in Embu County, also slammed National Assembly members after his impeachment this week, blaming them of illegally attempting to remove him from office.
Yale yote ambayo inaendelea Kenya msijali. Si ndio? Si iko Mungu mbinguni? Sisi ni Wakristo na tunamwamini Mwenyezi Mungu. Na Mungu atafanya mapenzi yake. Binadamu wanaweza panga mambo mingi lakini iko Mungu mbinguni. Muendelee kutuombea. Muendelee kuombea nchi yetu. Lakini sisi tuna imani kubwa sana na mahakama zetu. Our judiciary is very professional, and I have no doubt in my mind that our eminent judges will protect and uphold the Constitution, the rule of law, and always make sure that the will of the people is sovereign. Sijui kama tawezekana tulichaguliwa na hii watu yote tufukuzwe na watu wachache. Hiyo ni haki kweli watu wa Embu? Kwa hivyo watu wa Embu mlichagua mimi na President William Ruto mkatupatia kura zenu zote. Tungeuliza uamuzi wa raia uheshimike. Kwa sababu raia wanapiga kura miaka 5. Na ni mzuri kuheshimu uamuzi wa nini? Irrespective ya ile itatokea, nataka kuuliza amani katika hii Embu, katika Mlima Kenya, katika Kenya nzima. Sisi tuko na nchi ya Kenya, tuna nchi nyingine. Na hii nchi ni yetu. Sisi tupendane, tukue na amani, tukiendelea kufanya kazi zetu. Kwa sababu hiyo ndio mambo ile muhimu.
Former Prime Minister Raila Odinga has defended the government's public-private partnerships, including the proposed takeover of Jomo Kenyatta International Airport by the Adani Group. Odinga, speaking in Mombasa, stated that the country is in need of infrastructural upgrades with no resources from the exchequer, making the PPSs the only viable alternative.
Adani company conglomerate is worth over $200 billion. It cannot be an Adani gate. Deal with the issues as they are. If some people have made mistakes, let them own up that they made some mistakes. But do not begin to condemn innocent. If you plant Doubts in our capacity to handle the PPPs must be prepared for a prolonged period of development drought and risk being overtaken by our neighbors. Ongoing energy and airport projects therefore present a critical test that could make or break our ability to compete in the field of infrastructure development for a considerable period. I urge all agencies concerned to address all the concerns raised by Kenyans on these projects and ensure that we do not spook foreign capital away from the Kenyan economy. In the interest of protecting the principle and framework of PPPs and potential investors, we have a responsibility to ensure our processes are transparent, cost-effective, and accord equal opportunity to all who would be investors in line with the PPPs Act.
Still on matters Adani, opposition leaders including Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka have vowed to contest the Adani and Ketraco deals in court, whereby the Wiper Party leader questioned the haste with which the deals were signed. Here is the report.
2 days ago, even with the overwhelming public resistance, the broad-based government went ahead to sign another 95 billion energy deal with the Kenya Electricity Transmission Company, Ketraco, and Adani for another 30 years. This will also not go unchallenged. We want to assure Kenyans that we will not allow our country to be auctioned by this broad-based regime. We shall fight in Parliament, we shall fight them in court, we shall fight them on the streets, but we will never surrender our country to these latter-day merchants of Venice. The issue here is not Wachera. The issue is what you have just been talking about. Some of us hold the view that this parliament was impeached by Kenyans on the 25th of June. So they lack the moral authority to adjudicate on such heavy matters of national importance.
Francis Mwangangi, the Deputy Governor of Machakos County, has attributed the county's health workers' industrial action to the national government's delayed payment of funding to the counties. Speaking during a funeral in Matungulu, Mwangangi urged the medical staff to resume their duties as the county looks for an amicable solution to the ongoing strike, which is now in its 4th day.
4 months bila kupata pesa yetu kutoka serikali kuu. The same national government imetuambia uwezi kusanya pesa na uzitumie, lazima uziweke kwa account iende Nairobi uifuatilie huko. Sasa jameni, what do we want governor to do? Assume I am the governor. Now, what will I do? 4 months. Let us be fair to these people. National government, please do your duty. Please increase funds to devolution na iache kuchelewa.
Saizi tunapoongea hospitali hakuna madaktari. Na wale wako ni kama hakuna kitu wanafanya. Kwa hivyo watu wetu wanaendelea kuumia. Tafadhali fanyeni kwa haraka, muite mkutano na madaktari, umalizane nao waendelee na kazi.
We've had a government that has been in place for 2 years now, but it is very disappointing that despite having a memorandum with this government, with all these health professionals I've mentioned, we are still where we were 3 years ago.
We have applied all the diplomatic approach. We have tried to sort these issues in a amicable way, but it seems the government is not committed and is not ready to ensure that the health services provision in this country are not interrupted.
Now on to a sad story. A family in Keringet, Nakuru County is seeking justice after their relative was allegedly killed by police. Matthew Letio died after being shot by police officers during a raid on his residence 4 days ago. His wife, Cynthia Choi, describes the events that occurred on that fateful day.
Sasa vile walipika teke wakuja, mzee yangu akakuja akamfungua mlango kwa jua alikuwa amefunga kwa bed hivi. Akafungua mlango akasema nataka nijawa ni kina nani. Akatokelezea hivyo, mmoja akamshika mkono, alafu yeye akaepa. Sasa vile aliepa akakuja hivi na nyuma ya jikoni. Wengine wakarukia yeye kwa upande ule alikuwa anamfukuza, akamfukuza au akamshikilia kwa hapa na akamfunga pingo ndio akampiga risasi. Sasa hiyo vile wamfanya hiyo kitendo, wawili wakaingia kwa nyumba na wakapora vitu kwa nyumba, wakaenda na pesa na wakaenda na tochi 12,000.
Wapuruka nyumba wakachukua panga, anachukua mshale, nasema alikuwa anataka kupika hawa. Mshale inashikwa hivi. Na panga asika na wapi? Hakuna mkono tatu. Mtoto inapikwa, madamu inamwagika hapa na purutwa chini kama mnyama. Ni kwa nini? Kwani imekuwa aje? Mtoto yangu ilipikwa bila hatia. Nasikia kuna mtu alistaki na kusema ng'ombe yake alikula nyasi. Kwani nyasi ya Mungu inapikwa mtu akupe? Kwa ajili gani? Hiyo ni sheria gani?
The government should have there are modalities of addressing this. They were supposed to have arrested that person and present him to court. So the issue of killing, shooting to kill, why should people come with the arrival and kill?
Tukaenda tukasema ripoti, OCS akatuambia watu mimi si kuwatuma.
We want to know kwa nini waliua. Tena hata unaua mtu aje mwenye amefungwa. Sheria ina gani hiyo? Mtu mwenye hajaresist arrest amefungwa pingu alafu unamshoot.
Teachers are concerned about government delays in releasing capitation funds only weeks before the start of the nationwide national examinations. The Kenya National Union of Teachers urges the government to expedite the release of capitation and ensure adequate protection for teachers in insecure areas.
Thika East na Thika West ambapo Mheshimiwa Alice amekuwa kitembelea shule kukagua miradi hiyo ambayo walimu serikali imetoa pesa yake kwa niaba ya CDF, na tunashukuru hawa mbunge wetu sababu wanatumia pesa vile ilivyo, ndio haswa watoto wetu waweze kusomea mazingira ambayo yako safi.
Na ile kidogo ilikuja walimu wakuu wanaambiwa iingie kwa infrastructure. Hiyo ni kumaanisha hawana pesa ya kutumia katika shule, hasa matayarisho ya mtihani ambao unakuja. Kama Boni Forest, mahali ambapo serikali ilikuwa imewapatia walimu nafasi ya kutumia helikopta za wanajeshi, walisema hawawezi wakapatia walimu tena, na wakati huu wa kufanya mtihani tunataka wapatiwe ili wafanye mtihani wakiwa na hiyo usalama, kwa sababu hatuwezi tukawapeleka tu walimu namna hiyo na tunahofia maisha yao na maisha ya wanafunzi.
We are going on a short commercial break. We'll be back with sports news. Don't go far.
Je, wewe ni mfanyabiashara katika sekta ya elimu, afya bora, usafiri ama unamiliki kampuni yoyote ile? Ungependa kupata fursa ya kutangaza biashara yako ili kuwafikia wateja zaidi? Usikonde. Runinga ya Younib inakupa fursa ya kupeperusha matangazo kuhusu bidhaa na huduma unazotoa kwa bei nafuu. Kwa maelezo zaidi, wasiliana nasi kupitia nambari za simu 0750344700 ama kupitia barua pepe marketing@younibtv.com. Jinyakulie leo. Younib TV, ever the best.
Welcome back from the break. My name is Micheal Robert and this is Sports News at 1. Now on to our first story with matters cycling. Enoch Muloberan of Eritrea won the 2024 African Road Cycling Championships in Eldoret, extending his reign in continental cycling. Enoch finished the exhausting 150-kilometer race from Eldoret to E10 in 3 hours, 46 minutes and 21 seconds. Emil of South Africa won the silver medal as Charles Kagimu of Uganda got bronze. Meanwhile, Ephantus Warushere of Kenya demonstrated strong form by placing 27th, just 55 seconds off the leader.
It's not first place, but it's his first under 23, so yeah, that's amazing.
I believe on my team and I told them I can win, and they believe me and they work for me, and in the last we get victory. So congratulations for them. It's not my victory, the victory is to them.
I'm also happy for the Kenyan team because they were all through in the game. They were not left behind and they finished it. They were almost also to win the medal. So the men did fantastic today.
Now on athletics, Ruth Chepngetich smashed the world's women's record in the Chicago Marathon in 2024, clocking in 2 hours, 9 minutes and 56 seconds. Her incredible race has earned her praise from sports fans who cheered her stride by stride to the finish line. Throughout the majority of the second half of the race, at the Bank of Africa organized watch party held at Allen's Hotel in Kapsabet, Nandi County.
For another woman to come and outdo the most recent world record holder is going to be an uphill task. We are just happy about Ruth Chepngetich, the discipline, and the power and the energy that she put into the race, and it was really exciting.
Huyu Ruth amekimbia 2:14, amejaribu more than once hapo Chicago. I remember the other time when wakati alikuwa anajaribu kufunja world record. You know, she was that close. In fact, in the first stages, she was inside world record by far. Tunafurahi kama wa Kenya, kama wakimbiaji to have that record back from the Ethiopian.
You know, 2009 is something that it will take a great deal of time for people to have to break this record.
But bonus ya world record leo ilikuwa karibu 6 million, si ndio? So Ruth amepata 6 million for breaking the world record. Amepata 60,000 or 100,000. 100,000 for winning. So hiyo ni karibu milioni 12.
Now finally on rugby, Kenya Shujaa retained the tightly contested Safari 7 title on Sunday evening at the Jomo Kenyatta Stadium in Machakos, defeating Shogun, formerly known as Samurai Rugby, 12-0. Shujaa surprised Shogun despite being down a man following Samuel Asati's quick tap and run. Ben Salem then completed the offload with a center post try, which Dennis Abokuse converted, giving them a 12-0 victory. Here is the report.
It's been a pleasure working with the boys, getting ourselves into the final. There's 8 different nationalities that have come together in the last few days to be here and perform for one of the most well-known invitational sides in the world. But look, we put our heart and soul into that. That game, we got to come away. We showed some real heart, desire, some fight. A lot of the calls didn't go our way. We're super disappointed.
The game imekuwa wametupin to the core, so imebidi tumedig deep, and yeah, we pulled out pull out of the hiyo place tumedig deep, na imekuwa build up mzuri vile tuna prepare heading towards the core series, so imekuwa build up fresh sana.
That has been Sports News. Thank you for keeping it to Younib TV at 1. My name has been Michael Morege. Catch us next on the Soccer Box airing Saturday this weekend.